Hello and welcome back to the Star Wars Battlefront 2 credits, developed by Pandemic Studios in association with LucasArts. Now, I'm hoping that throughout our playthrough, I was able to show off why people are so pissed off at EA Battlefront 2. Battlefront and Battlefront 2. Because let's be honest here, people are really pissed off about EA Battlefront, and I totally understand why. There's almost no single-player content in EA Battlefront 1, and the single-player content that's there in Battlefront 2 is mostly a betrayal of what Battlefront 2 mostly is.
Well, did you want Battlefront 1 to betray itself with linear one-player gameplay?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, the campaign gameplay that I have seen from EA Battlefront 2, because I've not actually seen all that much of it, is, well, it's all over the place, which is not something that Battlefront 2 actually is, or the Pandemic Battlefronts are. They're certainly diverse, but they don't really have a lot of different gameplay styles. It's all about the army versus army gameplay, infantry versus vehicles and such.
Oh, we saw plenty of that in this game.
Oh yeah, and it's something that Pandemic would actually go on to make slightly better, in other titles, such as Lord of the Rings Conquest, which I have played, but not beaten, because I'm terrible at it, and the siege on Minas Tirith keeps killing me, and it's sad, and I don't want to fight that ogre again anymore, damn it, stop it.
I can't fight the army if the troll keeps killing me.
Exactly! It's not nice. And the Archer's the best unit in that game.
Special thanks to God.
Yeah, and Ivanka. I don't know which Ivanka, but Ivanka apparently. And Sean O'Connor.
And Bulgaria.
Not Sean Connery, but Sean O'Connor.
And Mary. Pickering.
Alright, so Cloud, did you actually enjoy watching this game?
Hong. Yeah, this game was a lot of fun to play through. I like the quick, respawn style when you die. I definitely enjoyed listening to the music. That's probably why they will continue to keep making games like this, is so that they can exploit the IP in order to create a game that players demand.
Yeah. The thing is, it needs to be in better hands than EA. It really does. EA with the Star Wars license either doesn't do anything, which is as insulting as them doing things really poorly.
I could see more of this style of gameplay especially for a Star Wars game, because for God's sake, war is in the title, so it's got to be one. You must choose.
Armies versus armies is definitely one of the better established formulas that we could adapt to the Star Wars universe, and they keep trying, but they end up doing usually a couple of things wrong. For example, in this game specifically, the hero units can be either overpowered or totally useless. Like Boba Fett, as is the case in the EA version of Battlefront, is so overpowered that it's kind of hilarious. It's kind of hilarious just how broken he is. And all of the Jedi, with the exception of Emperor Palpatine, who is playable in the multiplayer, well, just kick ass, and they kick a bit too much ass. Infantry units don't really have good answers for the hero units. The best answer that the normal infantry usually has is hide behind a shock trooper and attempt to rocket launcher their faces off, which as far as I am aware, does not actually work in the EA Battlefront games.
On the subject of being overpowered, yeah, it would pull me out of the game if I was enjoying the struggle and I realized that my solutions were working because I was actually recognizing the game patterns, versus saying, fuck your game patterns, I'm Darth Vader.
But Darth Vader is really powerful, so...
Exactly, it's the magic bullet for anything you would come across in that game, which makes it more appropriate for New Game Plus, not your first playthrough.
Yeah, but, there isn't actually a progression system in this game, which I'm okay with, because at least for the single player, there doesn't really need to be one. You have access to almost everything right out the gate, and all the stuff that you're locked away from depends on your performance in that particular map. You do well enough on a map, and you'll get access to the Jet Trooper, or the Shock Trooper, or the Clone Commando, and then you can use those units.
Yeah, but, so So your reward for clearing the mission is to make it easier for you to clear it the next time you want to do it. Okay, I could swing
No,
that.
no, dude, not at all. Your reward for doing well in the mission is to make it easier to continue playing the current mission.
Oh, sure.
There isn't actually a progression system in this game, and I'm mostly okay with that. There doesn't really need to be one. I mean, players have come to expect a progression system when it comes to a modern game releases, but this game works fine without one, mostly because, well, at least for the single-player content, it really didn't need a progression system. And even for the multiplayer combat, Galactic Conquest has a progression, but but Galactic Conquest is also more so about resource management than it is about actual progression.
Yeah, the mission-by-mission games are not, in my opinion, they are not appropriate for the style of gameplay where you're leveling up a character, concentrating on stats like that. Very, very, very push and pulley, this game.
I like it a lot, but I do really enjoy this game. I do. I played it on my PS2 emulator, mind you, because I don't actually have a physical copy of this or a working PS2 at the moment. But I will say that I didn't experience any significant issues while I was emulating it, so, you know, it was... Yeah, and I mentioned that Pandemic is dead at the moment, but their last game was Lord of the Rings Conquest. And Lord of the Rings Conquest is actually a good game as well, although it veins a lot of the stuff that they did for Battlefront 2 and just puts a Lord of the Rings skin on it, which is honestly still okay. It's just that, you know, I kind of wish it was slightly more complicated.
Hey man, reskins on existing games or prototypes of games is how some of the best games of all time were created.
Yeah.
I did enjoy this game very much. I like that you can just open a mission, they're your characters, they're all finished. You don't have to work on them, you just pick one and play the game. Everybody has an equal chance of making it through, as long as you make the right choices.
Well, assuming you don't take the engineer, because the engineer kind of is a support class in a game that doesn't really benefit support classes.
Yeah, welcome back to Rocket Rabbit Commentaries, where we do the support engineer self-imposed challenge run of Battlefront 2.
I am not doing that. Look, the shotgun is cool and all, but it doesn't one-shot enemies at point-blank range like it's supposed to, so I don't bother.
These are the lessons.
Ghost Girl.
Do what works. Jonathan Manahan.
Spam Stormtrooper and the Shock Trooper.
Oh look, Taylor's wife got a special thanks credit. That's cool. The Millers and the Kavanaghs. The Montrose Meteors.
The Ward.
Vinia. Uh-oh, these are people that died.
Cloud, are you thinking that we're going to be revisiting the Star Wars universe anytime soon?
No, I can't say anytime soon, but I would love to return to Star Wars anytime. Always a welcome narrative in my repertoire.
But I don't want to do Knights. I'm terrible at that.
This has been the end of the carrot of Star Wars Battlefront 2.
On the PlayStation 2. Be safe, everybody.